for the Code Enforcement Board. Hearings February 23rd, 2021. With us is William Marks, Chris Everett, Lackey Monani, and Michael Madfitz. That constitutes the board, and I'll hear the first case.
Good morning, all. This is our February 23rd, 2021 Code Enforcement Board hearing. Inspectors at this time, can you please stand and raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings? Thank you. You may be seated. Our first case is on page 7. Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 784 West Evanston Circle. Owner, Tony Augusti. This case was first heard on 4/23/19 to comply by 6/25/19. One section at $50 per day, order recorded. Notice posted at the property on 2/10/21, posted at City Hall 2/10/21. There are 5 extensions noted. Mr. Augusti, can you please start your video? Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes.
Thank you.
We can barely hear you.
Hold on a sec.
No, not you, Mr. Augusti. We're speaking to the inspector. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Hello? Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
Good morning, Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio, presenting in behalf of Building Inspector Jorge Martinez, case and address as read. This case is already in compliance. The respondent is here to request a reduction of the fines. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Go ahead, sir. And now you're frozen up. I think you're frozen, sir. Can you hear us? Go ahead.
It was breaking up a little bit, but I think he said you're going to allow me to speak.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, this whole thing has been, a debacle. I pretty much got tied up with contractors, signed a contract where he stated that a permit was going to be issued and everything, and then I just went into a bunch of hassles. He couldn't provide a proper permit. Lo and behold, he didn't even have a license. I was instructed to use an investigator, go through you guys to use an investigator, and went through the whole process. They actually picked it up and is going to court now. The forget her name, trying to get me some of that money back. I spent close to $20,000 with this guy again. And the only reason why it took so long is because I had to find another contractor, pay another deposit in order to get this job started and completed.
Okay. Any questions for
City would recommend a reduction of the fines to administrative cost of $225.
Mr. Beecham, the city has recommended the reduction to $225. Do you have any objection to that?
No.
No?
No. Beecham is one of us.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jeez.
Tony.
Tony, do you have any objection to that?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? The fine is going to be $220. Is that what you said?
$225. They're asking to reduce it from the $4,000 to $225. Do you have any objection to that?
Yeah. I would appreciate it if it was waived. Actually.
Well, they're asking for just the cost, which is $225.
Oh, they're asking for just the $220.
Yes. That's it.
Oh, no. Okay, no, I don't object from that.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
Second.
We can't
Okay.
hear you. Bill, can you guys make sure you speak into the mic? We can't hear you.
I move that we reduce the fine to $225.
I second.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anyone
Aye.
opposed? Does anyone oppose? Okay, it's unanimous. Okay, Mr. Augusta, your fine is $225. It's been reduced. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Have a good morning.
You too. Our next case is on page
How do I do?
4.
I don't know, but you need to add him into when you introduced us.
One moment.
He's here. Okay, Justin's here as well.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, Justin, how you doing?
I'm doing
Our
good.
next-
How are you up to?
All right, next case.
Our next case is on page 4. Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 1000 Northwest 52nd Street. Case number CE 18010886. Owner Stephen D. Rice. This case was first heard on 4/23/19 to comply by 6/25/19. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded. Notice posted at the property and at City Hall on 2/10/21. There are 5 extensions noted. Mr. Rice, can you please? Is there? Oh, I see
Yes,
you.
I'm here.
Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Building Inspector Alejandro Del Rio for the city, presenting on behalf of Inspector Jorge Martinez. This case is already in compliance. Respondent is here to request a reduction of the fines. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, good morning. This has gone on for a couple of years now because we went through a couple rounds of permitting. Initially, I was going to try to fix the structure when they hired an architect, a contractor to do so. When they went in, it had so many issues in plumbing, electrical, sewer. The roof was shot that we moved to in the second quarter of 2019 to go ahead and demolish it, and we moved for permitting. Through the permitting process, we had to go through several rounds and get asbestos, road and sewer, different items. We were issued a permit for demolition in November. We were going to a status meeting in October 27th, I believe, to show our progress because we have moved along in good faith the whole time to try to get to where we are now. That hearing was canceled because I guess because of COVID. On November 20th, the permit was issued. We have been in compliance working on it. The roof is off. All the non-CBS materials have been removed, and now the CBS, the structure itself is scheduled for removal. So, we've spent a lot of money to get to this point and would ask that we waive any fines.
What is the cost?
City recommends reducing fines to administrative cost of $350.
Okay, the city's recommending that the fines be reduced to just the cost of $350. Mr. Rice, do you have any problem with that?
No, thank you.
I'll entertain a motion.
I second.
I got a motion and a second to reduce the fines to $350. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? The ayes have it. It's the fine is reduced to $350. Good luck, sir.
Thank you. Will you issue an invoice or how do I take care of that fine?
A final order will be mailed to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, next case.
This is all wrong.
Our next case
Chair,
is
excuse me.
also on page 4.
Um,
Inspector Leonardo Martinez.
do we have a quorum here today?
Yes.
We do?
Yes.
I'm going to have to excuse myself. I'm feeling a little stomach issue today.
Okay, no
Thank you.
problem.
Okay.
Take care, Michael.
Okay.
All right, let the record reflect that Michael Mathis has appeared, but he's not feeling well, so he's gonna leave.
Thank you. Our next case is on page 4. Inspector Leonardo Martinez, property address 480 Northwest 17th Place. Owner Marie R. Nelford, case number CE 1708. 0931. This case was first heard on 8/27/19 to comply by 11/26/19. One section at $25 per day, order recorded, complied. Notice posted at the property on 2/9/21, posted at City Hall 2/10/21. There are 3 extensions noted.
Go ahead, sir.
Ms. Nelford, are you there? Oh, yeah. One second, I have to bring her into the room. One moment. Well, I don't know how to do it. Hi, Ms. Marie Nelford, can you please start your video? Hi, Ms. Nelford, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings? Oh, can you please unmute yourself? I can't hear you.
You got to unmute yourself, ma'am. There you go.
Thank you.
Hi. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Leo.
Good morning, Board. Inspector Martinez presenting case and address as read. This property got into compliance. The permits were issued on 2/19/21. The city is requesting to abate the fines.
Okay, ma'am, the city's requesting that we abate the fines. So do you have a problem with that?
No.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll entertain a motion.
Second.
I got a motion and a second to abate the fines. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, so the fines are abated. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, bud. Thank you very much, Mr. Martinez.
Stay warm.
Thank you.
Next one.
Our next case is a new business case on page 1. Property address 3121 Northeast 51st Street, 303E. Owner, Michael Lucci. Case number CE 200-40275. Notice posted at the property and at City Hall on 2/10/21. Inspector Leonardo Martinez. Hi, Mr. Lucci, can you please unmute yourself and start your video? Hi, Mr. Lucci, can you unmute yourself, please?
Hello?
Hi, there you go. Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Go ahead, Inspector.
Good morning, Board. Leonardo Martinez, Building Inspector from the City of Lauderdale, presenting case and address as read. I would like to enter a copy of the notice of violation, the supporting documents and pictures into the records describing the violation as in today's agenda. The case was opened on April 17, 2020. Inspection report was sent on September 2nd of 2020. Final notice was sent on October 8th of 2020. Notice of hearing was posted at the property on February 10, 2021. Building permit was applied for the front door replacement on February 17th of 2021. The permit is in progress. City is requesting 42-day extension or $50 per day thereafter.
Okay, Mr. Lucci, what
Yes.
is your position on this?
Well, my mom died of COVID and I was dealing with that. So I just didn't really want to have time or deal with that door.
Okay, so the door was replaced without a permit, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right, well, do you have anyone have any questions?
I'm ready.
I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we find for the city the violation exists and allege that we order the property owner to come in compliance by 42 days, I believe, no, 63 days. Those are the dates we have. As alleged, compliance by 63 days or a fine of $50 per day per violation be imposed and be recorded.
Any second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions?
No.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Lackey, I didn't hear you one way or the other. Lackey, you there? Okay.
I support. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. So you have until April 27 to come into compliance, and if you don't, a fine will start to accrue at $50 a day. Okay, Mr. Gucci?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next case.
Our next case is a hearing to impose fines on page 6. Property address 819 North Federal Highway. Inspector Bobby Mazzula. Owner ACS 817 LLC. Case number CE 19070588. This case was first heard on 11/26/19. To comply by 12/16/19. One section at $100 per day. Order recorded, not complied. Notice posted at the property on 2/11/21. Posted at City Hall 2/10/21. There is one extension noted.
Morning, board.
Hi, Ms. Vogel, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear, sorry. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes.
Thank you.
Morning, board. Robert Masula, Fort Lauderdale Building Inspector, updating you on case CE 19070588, property 819 North Federal Highway. Master permit application BLD CALT 20120010, along with the required MEP sub-applications, was submitted on December 10th, 2020. The review was just filled and it requires corrections. Based on the permit activity, I'm willing to support a extension. Since there's a respondent, I'd like to hear from the respondent and the status on addressing the corrections.
Go ahead, ma'am.
So yeah, I spoke to the contractor, and since he submitted the permits, he's been working with the architect on it. Yeah, that's all I can say.
How much time do you need, ma'am?
Honestly, the lease is up in 2 months, so I will be out anyways by then. But I guess I still have to address all that. So I guess another 1 or 2 months.
Do you have any objection to 63-day extension, Robert?
No objection.
I'll entertain a motion.
I move for a 53-day extension. 63-day, I'm sorry.
Second.
I got a motion and a second for a 63-day extension. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Anyone oppose? All right, you have a 63 days, ma'am. Let's get it done in 63 days, okay?
That's April 27th.
April 27th. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Bye.
Thanks.
Our next case is on page 2. Inspector Leonardo Martinez. This is old business. Property address 1060 Northwest 23rd Way. Owner Hannah Humphrey. Case number CE 19041196. This case was first heard on 2/25/20 to comply by 4/28/20. One section at $10 per day. Order recorded, not complied. There is one extension noted. Ms. Humphrey, can you please unmute yourself and start your video? Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes.
Thank you.
Good morning, board. Inspector Martinez presenting this case. Property address and case number as read. There hasn't been any change. Permits still has corrections pending since April 1st of 2020. I would let the owner to speak.
Ms. Humphrey, what do you have to say? What's going on with getting it done?
Okay, we've gone through a couple of contractors. I finally do have a contractor and an architect that's going to work with us to try to get it done. Unfortunately, my sister that's responsible for getting it done for my mom fell ill. She's now a dialysis patient. So I'm trying to handle all of everything for the family, and it's just been rough. It's been really rough. But I do finally have a contractor. I have his information, and I do have an architect, and I have his information. And actually, we're meeting with the architect today at 2 p.m. at the property.
So there was damage to the property. What was the damage to the structure?
The car, my sister's car, transmission went out, and instead of going forward, it went backwards.
Crashed into the
into the building, yes.
Got it, okay. All right, does the city have any objection to an extension?
No,
How much does the city support?
I will support another 28 days.
28-day extension. Do you have any issue with the 28-day extension, ma'am?
I do not. I will speak with the contractor and the architect as soon as we get off, and hopefully they can get it done before then.
Okay. I'll
I
entertain
mean,
a
if we
motion.
have more time, that would be great, but if that's all we're given, I don't have much of a choice, I don't think.
Okay, well, I'll entertain a motion for whatever extension the board desires. Go ahead.
I move for a 63-day extension.
Second.
I've got a motion and a second for a 63-day extension. Does anyone, all in favor say aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, you have a 63-day extension, ma'am. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
Get it done. I don't want to see you no more, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right, Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, next case.
Our next case is on page 6. Yes. 1 second. Hold on. Let me make sure. 1609. Yes. I'm sorry. Our next case is on page 6. This is a hearing to impose fines. Inspector Bobby Mazzula. Property address 1609 Southeast 2nd Court. Case number CE 19061832. Owner Leslie Williams Walker Revocable Trust. Walker Leslie Williams trustee. This case was first heard on 9/24/19 to comply by 11/26/19. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. Notice posted at the property and at City Hall on 2/10/21. 2 extensions noted. Luis, can you please start your video and unmute yourself? Can you please raise your right hand? Thank you. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
I do.
Thank you. Go ahead, Bobby.
Rob Masola, Fort Lauderdale Building Inspector, updating you on case 19061832, property 1609 Southeast 2nd Court. There is a new plumbing permit application, PLB FIX 21020006, which was applied for on February 18th, 2021. I had a phone call conversation with Leslie Walker, the property owner, this past Friday. She also forwarded me an email to address to the board. Based on our recent conversation, new permit activity and progress towards compliance, I'll support a 91-day extension at this time.
Okay, sir, the board or the city is recommending a 91-day extension. Do you have any issue with the 91-day extension?
No, I don't. We should be able to get everything done before then. That will help us out a lot because we just finally got the drawings from the architect for the pool, so we should be all closed up by then. Okay, great. Anything else, sir?
I have a question for the respondent.
Yes, go ahead, Bobby.
Since he's the contractor, I want to make sure he's following through on these permits because this permit process has unfortunately been piecemealed together in the course of over a year. So my question is, the applied for permits that have been sitting for a few months to address the pool renovation and the pool equipment, which I believe includes a heater, is that being properly followed up with in order to get that permit issued? Respondent?
I don't think Bobby's just doing the heater anymore. So the drawings were just for the relocation of the equipment. So I have to get in touch with the with the pool contractor because he's handling that one. I talked to him yesterday. He said the drawings were ready. I don't think she's doing the heater anymore.
Okay. The AC units that are on the far north side of the property where the electrical disconnects are attached to the wood fence, are those being addressed on an application?
Those were done by a different contractor. So I don't know. I don't have an answer for that one because that has nothing to do, with us.
Well, respectively, as part of the code case and the violation, and I'm a little surprised we got electrical boxes connected to a fence. So you might want to take a very close look at that because when the permits get active and issued, if there's a discrepancy on the scope of work, whether or not it's been properly permitted, we're potentially going to be back before the board addressing this. So please make sure anything and everything is properly permitted because again, the way this thing's been piecemealed, I don't want to see things slip through the cracks per se.
Okay, no, bro. I'll talk to her about the AC. Like I said, I know she used a different contractor for the AC, and supposedly he was going to apply for a permit since it has to be like a separate permit. But I'll follow up with her and I'll try to get the information from her which contractor she used so she can they can apply for that permit.
Okay, this will be the last extension we support, so 91 days.
Okay, thank you.
Stay in contact with Bob. He'll make sure it gets done right, okay?
Perfect. Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you, board.
Thank you, board.
Was it 91 days?
I'll entertain a motion.
I move for 91-day extension.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for 91-day extension. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you, board.
91-day extension, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
Get it done. Okay, thanks. Next case.
Our next case is on page 3. Inspector Bobby Mazzullo, property address 2607 Flamingo Lane. Owner Jose Perez. Case number CE 19051876. This case was first heard on 2/25/20, complied by 3/24/20. One section at $25 per day for the recorded, not complied. There is one extension. Hi, Jose Perez. Can you please start your video? Unmute yourself. Sorry.
Hi, my name is Dominique, and I'm here on behalf of Jose Perez.
Oh, okay. So you didn't submit your ID to sign up, right?
No, I did not submit my ID.
What is your affiliation?
I'm his personal assistant.
Okay, we have to come back to this case. Please, in order for you to speak at this hearing, I need for you to send me a copy of your ID to my email.
Okay, 1 second.
Unless Mr. Perez is there.
No, he's not here.
Or you know what? You could just hold it up to the camera and then we won't have to.
Okay, that's perfect.
Okay.
And your name is Donna?
Dominique.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dominique. Okay, you can take it down now.
Okay.
And what's your last name, please?
Rizzo, R-I-Z-O.
R-I-Z-O. Okay, Ms. Rizzo, please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Go ahead, Bobby.
Rob Masula, Fort Lauderdale Building Inspector, updating you on case CE 19051876, property 2607 Flamingo Lane. Board, I believe 2 or 3 of the required permits are active and issued. They're close to being expired because they have not scheduled any inspections in well over 6 months. The last remaining required permit is for the rebuilding of the dock. The permit was applied for, it failed plan review. It's not been addressed in over 9 months in the way of corrections. So I'd like the respondent to address the needed corrections in order to get this last permit issued. I'm a little surprised because I do see recently there's an applied for roof permit that has nothing to do with this code case, but there is activity on the property and other permit activity. So I'm a little confused why this last remaining permit has not been obtained.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, so the issue that we're having is we hired a contractor. We paid him in full. I paid for different city permits and he just disappeared. He's not answering our phone calls and nothing else has been done. And I don't know what to do at this point. The last time that we went to court, everything was postponed because of coronavirus and that's where we left off.
All right, well, how much more time do you think you need to get it done? Because otherwise we could impose fines and that's not going to work very well for you.
That's a question.
What is the next step at this point? Do I need to hire another contractor to finish the permits that are already in place?
That's my question. Are you going to hire another contractor?
Or can I just call and schedule an inspection?
Well, you need to.
2 of the matters you can call for inspections, but one of the matters you got to hire a contractor and pull another permit. Is that right, Bob?
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Respectively, when this code case was started in May 2019, I was there. I witnessed the unlicensed contractors involved. I believe the property owner is a licensed realtor that bought the property. So being licensed, I believe he'd be halfway competent to hire licensed people for the job, which he did not. Which he has just mentioned is, it is somewhat a civil matter. I would suggest you contact the state of Florida. And I'm prepared to support 63 days, but when it returns in 63 days, it's as a massey to impose fines. So in 63 days, if they can't get a permit for this simple dock rebuild, There's fines in 63 days is a mess.
So you're gonna, in 63 days, you gotta get a contractor on this dock issue. Apply
Okay.
for a permit and call for inspections on the other two items and get those done with. You got it?
Okay. Sounds
All right,
good. Yes.
I'll entertain a motion.
I have a motion, 63-day extension.
A second.
I got a motion and a second for a 63-day extension. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, you got 63 days, ma'am. Good luck.
And thank you,
Thank
board
you.
and staff. Please note that code case 63 days that it is a Massey. Thank you.
Thank you. Next
Our
one.
next case is at the bottom of page 3, Inspector Bobby Mazzula. Property address 2732 Northeast 15th Street. Owner, Lahoma Key LLC, case number CE 200-50087. This case was first heard on 1/26/21 to comply by 2/23/21. One section at $100 per day, order recorded, not complied.
I'm sorry, staff, are you addressing a respondent first?
Yes. Hi, Mr. Cameron, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Go ahead, Bobby.
Okay, Robert Mazzula, Fort Lauderdale Building Inspector, updating you on case CE 200-50087, property 2732 Northeast 15th Street. There's no permit activity to address the violations for this code case at this time. I received a phone call yesterday from the owner's representative and contractor, Mr. Pete Cameron. He told me they paid several $1,000s to a design professional and they expect to completed plans within the next 30 days. Based on this information, I'm willing to support a 91-day extension at this time.
You have any issue with the 91-day extension, sir?
No, sir.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Very clear, similar to what Bobby had presented, that we retained a design professional. I had a final set delivered to me a couple of weeks ago. There were some electrical changes that we requested, and we're currently waiting for that return set so that we can make application to the city.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
I move for a 91-day extension.
Second.
I got a motion for a 91-day extension and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No. We have a 91-day extension, sir. Good luck.
Thank you,
Thank
board.
you. Thank you.
Our next case is on page, 7. Inspector Bobby Mazzula, property address 5440 Northwest 33rd Ave, number 113. Owner, Meridian Realty Property Warehouses RLLP, case number CE 19030191. This case was first heard on 8/27/19 to comply by 11/26/19. One section at $50 per day, order recorded, not complied. Notice posted at the property on 2/11/21, posted at City Hall 2/10/21. There are 2 extensions noted. One moment. Hi, Mrs. Zorovich, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead, Bobby.
Okay, Rob Mazzula, Fort Lauderdale Building Inspector, updating you on case CE 19030191, property 5440 Northwest 33rd Avenue, Unit 113. Master permit application BLD CALT 20010048, along with the required MEP subpermits show active and issued at this time. The violations for this case have been complied. Thank you.
So what's the city asking us to do?
Board, it just got complied yesterday, so the case is complied. I don't believe there's any fines, and staff will properly, I'm sorry, there is fines. I'm sorry, how much?
$9,500.
Okay, respectively, board.
9,550.
Yeah, 9,500. What do you want us to do with the bottom? We could
I move that we abate all fines that have accrued.
One.
I'm going to recommend that we settle it for an administrative fee of $250.
Okay, you have fines of $9,550. They're recommending to reduce those to the administrative fee of $250. Do you have any objection to that?
No, I do not.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we reduce the fine to $250 administrative costs.
A second.
The second to reduce it to $250 from 900, 550. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we have a reduction of fine to $250. Please pay that and we'll be good.
Thank you, Board.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next case.
Our next case is a new business case on page 1. Inspector Jose Saragusti, property address 1636 Northwest 9th Ave, case number CE 200400219. Owner Odell S. Escarment. Notice posted at the property and at City Hall on 2/10/21. This is a new business case. Hi, is it Sharon? Happy Holas, can you please start your video, please? And please unmute yourself.
Okay.
Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Go ahead, Jose.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. This case was opened in April 14, 2020. I visited the property and talked with the property owner, Mr. Odiles, in April 22nd, 2020. Inspection report was mailed out in April 22nd, 2020, and final notice was mailed out in December 31st, 2020. After the notice of hearing was mailed out on February 11th, 2021. After the fact permit for a carport, awaiting for client replies since 10/20/2020. This property has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits and inspections in the following manner, but not limited to carport enclosure without the permit. City is requesting the 28 days to comply or $50 per day thereafter.
Do you have any pictures to show in the carport enclosure?
Yeah.
We do, but it seems to be having a little technical difficulties there. Thank you, dear.
All right, I'm going to move on to the respondent, ma'am. What's your name?
My name is Sharon Hollis.
Hey, Sharon. City is claiming that you've enclosed your carport into an efficiency apartment without obtaining the proper permits. How do you respond to those allegations?
We are in the process of addressing all the issues. It was not an efficiency, it's an actual storage. We already submitted the plans to the city. It's 99.5% complete with the city. All we need to submit at this point is a site plan for zoning showing the setbacks, and that should be done this week. So all we are requesting is at 90 days to comply, 60 to 90 days to fully comply and close the case. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I heard you, ma'am. I'm looking at the pictures that the city has shown us. Okay, there, leave it there. That picture there, is that the enclosure, ma'am?
Right, that's the existing carport, which is a storage. And the plans reflect exact that. It's actually a storage, and it's in the city. We have a process number. We're just waiting on one discipline to approve it, and that's zoning. And we should have that by the end of this week or next week. So all we are requesting is a couple more days, maybe 60 to 90 days to fully comply.
Okay, you understand you got ahead of yourself though, because you did the work before you got the permit. You understand that?
Right, yes. It's in violation. We understand that.
I understand it's a violation, okay. All right, I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we find for the city the violation exists and allege that we order the property owner to come in compliance in 63 days or a fine of $25 per day per violation be imposed.
I second.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? So you've got 63 days to come into compliance. If you don't do that within 63 days, a fine's going to start to accrue at $25 a day. Do you understand?
Yes, 63 days is enough time for us, and I appreciate 63 days.
Okay, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Next case.
Our next case is on page 5. Inspector Bobby Mazzula, property address 550 North Birch Road. Owner, North Beach Hotel LLC, case number CE 17101770. This case was first heard on 5/22/18 to comply by 8/28/18. 3 sections at $25 per day. Order recorded, not complied. Notice posted at the property and at City Hall on 2/10/21. There are several extensions noted. Fines have accrued to $16,425. And Courtney, Courtney, can you please raise your right hand? I'm sorry, can you start your video first? Hi, Courtney.
Good morning.
Good morning. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
I do.
Thank you. Go ahead, Bobby.
Rob Masula, Fort Lauderdale Building Inspector, updating on case CE 17101770, property address 555 North Birch Road. Board, the permits that were in question, the electrical permit PM 19032657 has gone from expired to an active status. The previous, what I believe was a master permit, PM 18110546, is now documented as voided out. To the best of my knowledge, the code case is in compliance. My opinion, to address the fines, they should be settled for an administrative fee. This case is over 3 years old, for $1,600. Thank you.
I'll listen to the respondent.
Good morning, Chair, board members, Inspector Mazzula, Courtney Crush on behalf of the property owner. As Inspector Mazzula said, the board granted us an extension to renew permits. We did renew and call for a job check inspection for the electrical permit. The master permit remained voided, and I think there's some administrative work on the city's end, but we would appreciate the board to consider Inspector Mazzula's recommendation of administrative fees. All the work has been completed, and I think there's an administrative question about which master permit needs to be reopened and closed.
Okay, well, the city's recommending that the fine of $16,425 be reduced to $1,600. Does the respondent have any objection to that?
No, sir.
I'll entertain a motion.
I move for reduction in the fines to $1,600.
I've got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, we have a reduction to $1,600. Thank you, board.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Next case. Courtney, do you have any more?
No, she did. She doesn't.
Okay.
Hi, Mr. Cameron. Are you here for another case? Or are you just listening? Mr. Cameron? Okay. This concludes all of our respondents. So we can go back to Bruce. This concludes all our respondents.
I heard that. Mark, with your permission, may I be excused?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a good rest of the month, folks. See you next month.
I apologize for failing to introduce you at the beginning of the meeting. I realized that. Sorry, Bruce. I'll make up next time.
Okay.
You too. Bye, Bruce.
Bye-bye.
Okay, next case.
Moving back to page 1. New business case, Inspector Bobby Mazzula, property address 4800 Bayview Drive. Owner, Coral Towers Condo Association, Inc. Case number BE 200809191. Notice posted at the property and at City Hall on 2/10/21.
Okay, Rob Masula, Fort Lauderdale Building Inspector, presenting case BE 0080191, property address 4800 Bayview Drive. I would like to enter a copy of the notice of violation into the record, which details of violations is listed on the agenda, as well as the corrective action for each violation. I made a site visit to this property on August 20th, 2020. I took the pictures that are before you today. A permit is required to repair the damage documented in these pictures. Permit application FIR-MISC-2101-0003 was applied for on February 16th, 2021. It's in plan review at this time. I would like to include a display of the data photos taken of the property, enter them in evidence. I ask the board to find for the city that the property owner is in violation. Ask the board to order the property owner to come in compliance within 63 days or a fine of $50 a day thereafter. And board, respectively, because of the circumstances of this violation, what that is a fire line. It's the main supply line for the building for their fire suppression system. Technically, the permit needs to be issued, inspected, passed, and closed to satisfy the violation and the fire department. So the case will remain open until that permit's closed out.
So how far along are they, Bob, with getting this thing done?
Again, they just applied for the permit on February 16th, supporting 63 days because I believe corrections are going to be required. And I've been in contact with the new condo board president, and she's aware of the violations and what needs to be done. And that's where it's at.
I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we find for the city the violation exists and allege that we order the property owner to come into compliance by 63 days or a fine of $50 per day per violation be opposed and be recorded.
A second.
I've got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, we have a 63-day time to come into compliance and a $50 fine thereafter. Thank you.
Thank you, board.
Next case.
Our next case is on page 2. Property address 2500 East Commercial Boulevard B. Inspector Bobby Mazzulla. Case number BE 200100101. Owner Alto Property Management LLC. In care of F&A Fort Lauderdale LLC. This case was first heard on 1/26/21 to comply by 2/23/21. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied.
Rob Mazzulla, Fort Lauderdale Building Inspector, updating you on case CE 20010101, property 2500 East Commercial Boulevard, Unit B. There's no permit activity to address the electrical or the plumbing as of February 19th, 2021 at 12:18 p.m. We would leave the decision for an extension to the board. Thank you.
No, without hearing a motion, I guess we're going to set it for a Massey.
Give them 28.
Okay.
I have a motion for 28 days.
Oh, we do have a motion for 28 days.
Second.
I've got a motion and a second for 28-day extension. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, 28 days, Bob.
Thank you, board.
At the bottom of page 2, property address 512 Northwest 15th Terrace. Owner Sabra 52 LLC. Case number CE 16071180. This case was first heard on 10/25. This is you, Bobby. This case was first heard on 10/25/16 to comply by 1/24/17. One section at $25 per day. Order recorded, not complied. There are several extensions noted. Fines are at $9,600.
Rob Mazzulla, Fort Lauderdale Building Inspector, updating you on case CE 16071180, property 512 Northwest 15th Terrace. Board, this you see is an older code case. It's well over 4 years old. Theoretically, this case would have been complied and closed a year ago plus if the 110.6 was not in place. That 110.6, if you recall, technically requires that permits be properly closed out in order to fully comply and close the code case. This is a property that was a distressed property. A person came in and bought it, got the permits. To the best of my knowledge, they were making progress on it. I honestly don't know what the status of the property is because we have recently been notified by a lien search company or a title company, I believe, that they are questioning the possible sale of the property. There was a job check on the property in the last 30 days through one of the permits. And I'm a little surprised that there's no respondent to address the hearing. We would leave the decision for an extension to the board.
When was the last extension granted? Is that 9/24/19? Okay, through March 24, 2020.
So this was complied with, and then COVID hit, kind of delayed things. And now there's a possible sale on the property. The title search company has found the permit and wants to address that.
Technically, the code case was never complied because the Florida Building Code 110.6 requires that the permits be properly closed out in order to fully comply to code case. This was a mechanism we had in place several years ago, and city recommendation that we no longer do that, that once permits are active and issued, now we comply and close the case. So what I said a minute ago, a year ago plus, when all the permits were active and issued, the case would have been complied. But fast forward, for whatever reason.
No.
Okay, so the city's recommending or leaving it up to the board to decide whether to grant an extension or set it for Massey?
Leaving the decision for the extension to the board.
Okay.
It's the same thing, 28 days.
All right, so what do you guys want to do? If I don't hear a motion, we will set it for Massey.
28 days.
28-day extension. Do I have a second on that?
Yeah, I second it.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, we got a 28-day extension.
Thank you, board.
They should have been.
Back here in 28 days to set it for Massey.
Our next case is at the bottom of page 4. Inspector Leonardo Martinez, property address 1745 Northeast 52nd Street. Case number CE 19062280. Owner David Netzevich. This case was first heard on 1/28/20 to comply by 3/24/20. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. Fines are at $14,400. Notice posted at the property on 2/9/21. Posted at City Hall 2/10/21. There is one extension noted.
Morning, board. Inspector Martinez presenting case and others as read. There hasn't been no changes into the status of this property. No permit hasn't been applied. City doesn't support any extensions at this time.
Is this a Massey hearing? Okay, so you want us to impose the fine of $14,400?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Started, but it's only been. It's just started this year, right?
19.
Oh, a year ago.
More.
First heard on 1/20/28. 21/28/20.
No permit has been submitted, no communication at all.
How long?
Since last year, I believe this case,
No communication for a whole year?
I haven't heard from them.
Okay, is anyone gonna make a motion?
It's a Massey, so that we have to.
It is a Massey.
Yeah, it is a Massey.
You gotta either move to-
This is the case of.
Is that the not complied?
I just wanna point that the same owner has like 4 more cases.
There's 4 more cases, okay.
Mark, is that under not complied?
Yes.
I move that we find that, excuse me, find that the violations were not complied with by the date order, and therefore we impose a fine of $14,400 per second violation as stated in the first order.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
I oppose.
Okay, 1 opposed. So the ayes have it. It's a fine of $14,400. Next case.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 5. Inspector Leonardo Martinez, property address 901 North Birch Road, number 4A. Case number CE 19020576. Owner, Walter Klein. This case was first heard on 2/25/20 to comply by 4/28/20. One section at $25 per day. Order recorded, not complied. Notice posted at the property on 2/9/21, posted at City Hall 2/10/21. There is one extension noted.
Good morning, Board. Inspector Martinez representing the city. Case and address as read. I just want to give you an update on this case. I had tried to contact this owner since the last time that we were here. Every time that I try to call him, there is no way to leave a voicemail because the voicemail is full. So a few days ago, I was contacted by Peter, who identified himself as an electrical contractor. Okay, he mentioned that he was upset when he went to check the electrical work that was performed at this property and the installation of this mini split unit. He was submitting a proposal to the owner. He says as soon as his proposal was accepted, he will contact me to let me know that he will be applying for permits. He said that he was very upset about the work that was done and the way that it was for the installation of this mini split. I just want to give you the update that Peter never came back to me. He never updated me like he was taking the job or the owner accept his proposal, meaning that the case is in the same way and the city doesn't support any other extension on this property now.
That's going to stand, impose a fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
It's new business now.
It's a Massey.
That's a Massey then.
No, it's, this is the Massey hearing, so.
Oh, sorry.
Impose.
I'll extend it another 28 days.
I have a motion to extend it for 28 days. Do I have a second?
I second.
I got a motion and a second to extend it for 28 days. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? I oppose.
Thank you.
But the ayes have it. It's a 28-day extension.
One more phone call.
Next case.
Okay. Our next case is on page 6. Inspector Bobby Missoula. Property address 751 Northwest 57th Street, number 3. Owner 751 Northwest 57th Street, LLC. Case number CE 1903-2219. This case was first heard on 11/26/19 to comply by 1/28/20. One section at $50 per day. Order recorded, not complied. Notice posted at the property and at City Hall on 2/10/21. Fines are at $8,600. This is a Massey hearing.
Go ahead, Bob.
Rob Masula, Fort Lauderdale Building Inspector, updating you on case CE 19032219, property 751 Northwest 57th Street, unit number 3. I made a site visit to this property on February 10th, 2021. It was confirmed a previous tenant has moved out of this commercial space, and I believe they moved out well over 6 months ago. There's now a new tenant that's moved in. The new tenant is in the process of having some new work performed. I spoke with the newly hired licensed electrician, and I was told they would be applying for an electrical permit within the next 30 days or so. Based on this new information, I will support a 91-day extension at this time. Thank you.
I'll entertain a motion.
I have a motion for 91-day extension.
Second.
Got a motion for a 91-day extension and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, 91-day extension.
Thank you, Board.
Okay, Board, this concludes. Well, we would like to enter all the pace. Oh, we don't have any, sorry. This concludes all our cases for the February 23rd, 2021 agenda. And we would like to have the minutes approved from January's hearing.
I have an objection.
You don't want to approve those?
In one of the cases, I was quoted as Ms. Marks.
Oh, no. I would object too, okay.
All right. With that exception.
Okay.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I have a motion that we accept the motion, the minutes of January's hearing.
Second.
I got a motion and a second to approve the minutes of January. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, Ms. Marks.
One moment. We also need to vote for a chair. We don't have Patrick anymore. And Mark was the vice chair, but now we need a chair person.
I vote for Mr. Mark Booth to be the chair.
I second.
To be what?
Okay, we got a motion, and a
Oh, yeah.
second, for me to be chair. Let me say this, I am honored to be nominated. I think I'm better as a vice chair, to be honest, because I can state the motions quickly. But it's up to you guys if you want me to be the chair, so.
I absolutely do.
All right, then let's vote on it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, do we have to vote on a vice chair? Okay, I'll nominate. Can I nominate somebody?
Yes.
I nominate Chris Everett to be the vice chair.
I would second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, we got a chair and a vice chair. Let me ask you a question. I never noticed this before. I don't know if it's new, but these things appear to be color coded now. Where
The agenda?
yeah, the new cases are in black.
Yeah, it was always like.
It's always that way, huh? I never
Yeah.
noticed that before.
Oh,
The green ones are the fines.
Yeah. It was
I
always like that.
never noticed that before. Jeez, oh man.
Yeah, well, no, not yet.
And you guys want to make me chair.
One moment, Mark, one moment. Do we have any business for the city? To
No.
go to the city?
air conditioning.
It's too
It's
cold?
perfect.
Okay.
No, it's perfect.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Okay, this concludes our February 23rd, 2021 Code Enforcement Board hearing. Thank you.
Have a good day, everyone.